Hi, and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about protection for your new GS. So if you're interested on how I protected my GS, stick around. Okay, so when you start thinking about protection for your new BMW or whatever bike you have, in my case BMW, skid pan is one thing that comes to mind. This is the stock skid pan that comes with it. Okay, it gives some protection. It does. It's something. It's aluminum. I don't know how thick it is. I don't know, but it gives minimal protection. If you're going to go off road, then you might want a little more robust when it comes to skid pan. So I went to the folks at BlackDog Cycles, and I found several products there that I'm going to talk about today. Let's talk about their skid plate. This is the BlackDog Cycle skid plate versus the stock skid plate. I mean, look at the difference. Which one do you think is going to protect it more? This thing goes all the way back. So this is certainly more protection. I've had it on for a while, and the sticker here, made in the USA. All right, that's kind of cool. But, so when I install this, it comes in three parts. It's got a front mount that bolts to the bottom of the motor. It's got a back mount that bolts to like the pivot, where the pivot bolt goes through on the swing arm. It's a little awkward because they got some hose clamps that go around. It's kind of hard to explain. I will show you what I see under there. But once you get those mounted, then this whole piece comes off with 4 Torx bolts, and that's pretty simple. So you can remove it simple and clean up the bike, or oil changes, whatever the case may be. So I'm happy with it, and it's, I mean, you can tell it's not terribly heavy. I don't know, 5-6 pounds. I don't know. I'm not going to weigh it, but it's heavier than this, but it's a lot more protection. So let's take a look at the mounts and show you what it looks like mounted up. All right, so here's the first piece, and it's dirty, sorry, but it bolts to the bottom of the motor in existing spots, and then the front 2 holes here, skid pan goes into that. Leaves an opening for the oil drain, and then the second piece below the catalytic converter protects all that. And then a bolt goes in the side here, and then same on the other side. So 4 bolts holds it in, and it protects all of the exhaust under here, everything very well. Like I said, this is a little difficult getting those. I don't know if I can see them. Yeah, if you see that hose clamp right up there, that's a little difficult to get in there, kind of a pain, but it's okay. All right, with it installed. So those nice and recessed bolts, and you can see it goes all the way back past the catalytic converter. So a lot of protection. Nice smooth surface to go skidding off rocks. All right, so that took care of the skid pan. Pretty simple, very well made, good company to work with. Haven't had any issues there. Fitment is perfect. They do have a couple different fitment options depending on if you're using stock crash bars or aftermarket, so pay attention to that. But if you're looking for some skid pan protection, man, that's a good way to go. So while I was at BlackDog Cycle, I took a look at one more thing, one more weak point on the GSA, and that's the valve covers. So if you drop a GSA, I promise you, the motor's gonna hit first, right? A friend of mine on actually an off-road training thing dropped his bike a couple times and ended up cracking a valve cover ever so slightly. Didn't notice it, except dust was collecting where it was getting a little bit damp. So that's an expensive lesson learned. So if you're gonna go out and do a BDR, a TAD, or a CDT or something, you might want to think about protection of the valve covers. On my 2016 GSA, I found these valve cover guards from Ricochet, and I mounted them up, and they work good. And as you can see, they took some abuse. I opted for the name in there. I thought it looked cool. Going forward, don't know if I would do that. I will say that in the mud, it seemed like water and mud, everything went in through these holes and kind of built up. I was worried about heat and all those things. I don't know. So and this was the, I think they call them the stainless or whatever. But so they sent me a bag with looks like 6 bolts, a little bit of Loctite. That was nice. These are the mounting brackets, and same concept of what I had from the Ricochet on my other bike, but these are a lot nicer. The nut, those are just nuts tack welded to the little thing. This is kind of recessed and built into it. Very clean, very nice. But I ordered stainless, or however they word them, and I expected to get what I got on the 2016. And when they showed up, I was very surprised, pleasantly surprised, and this is what I got. So Ricochet or BlackDog cycle. This is going to match my Skidband perfectly, and very pleased. They have the little outline of their dog. That's the whole BlackDog cycle thing. Very cool. They are also recessed, and I'll show you that, for the engine guard lower crash bar protection that you can get aftermarket. So I'll kind of show you that. That is probably next. So let me get these mounted up. We'll take a look. All right, so there's that side. Again, fit perfectly, very simple. The little pieces go inside there, hook around the bar, fits up nice and tight, recessed right here. Several companies that offer a bar that goes from here to keep this from pushing in. Yeah. Super clean. As you can see, we've got a little road rash there. All right, so there you have it. A couple items I picked up from BlackDog Cycle to help protect my GSA as I take it off-road. The valve covers, I couldn't imagine dropping it in the rocks, which is one of the prime places that I would drop it, in the rocks, and break a valve cover and be stuck. So some cheap protection that's stylish enough, looks good. Very happy with those. Skidband, same thing. So if you're in the market for something to protect your GSA, take a look at BlackDog Cycles. All right, I think that wraps it up. Hope you got something out of the video. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell so you'll be notified next time a video comes out. And have a great day. Be safe.